Today, around 10:05 this morning, when an officer was flagged down by a citizen who stated that there was a man walking down the street just not far away from here near Main and Penn who was armed with a gun. That officer went to locate that subject and did find him in the area and called for other officers to assist as well. The officers made contact with that person who was believed to be armed with a gun, and it was verified that those officers saw that that person did have a gun on his person. When they tried to de-escalate the situation and talk with him and give him commands, that subject refused the officer's commands. When he refused those commands, we did have one officer with less lethal who was able to use the less lethal, which did strike that suspect. At the time when he was struck with the less lethal round, he, while armed with a gun, made a threatening movement towards the officers, which resulted in 4 officers discharging their firearms towards the suspect. He was struck by the officer's gunfire. Officers rendered aid at the scene, and he was transported to an area hospital with a non-life-threatening injury. All 4 officers that did discharge their firearms will be placed on routine administrative leave, and all officers are okay as a result of the incident.
So he is expected to survive?
Yes, at this time, the injuries do not appear to be life-threatening.
Do you know what kind of gun he had? Are they sure of that? Of the
Yeah,
gun
he did have a handgun that he did have on his person. As far as the exact type or model, I don't have that information, but he did have a handgun on him. I would assume that there was some damage to vehicles in the result of the gunfire. Don't know whose vehicles or if they just happened to be parked in that area when it happened. Again, when officers did make contact with him to take him into custody and render aid, firearm was located by his person.
Have we identified him yet?
I don't have the identity of him right now. It is an adult male.
Now, we saw several people by the scene visibly. They looked upset, or I know some of them were put in the back of patrol cars for questioning these witnesses, and I guess there's a lot of information that they're having to piece together about this.
Right, possibly witnesses that were in the area that may have seen something or heard something involving the incident that we obviously want to talk to and try to get everyone's story or on what they saw or heard. That way we can have all the information needed to do the investigation.
Did he make like some sort of movement that the officers felt threatened at some point?
Yes, he did. They knew he was armed with a firearm, and when he was struck by the less lethal round, he immediately made a threatening movement. And due to that, knowing he did have a firearm on his person, that resulted in the officers discharging their firearm towards him.
Do you know where he was shot by any chance?
That I don't have the exact location.
We're hearing
on
from
his
Captain
body,
Littlejohn there with the Oklahoma
as
City
far
Police
as the
Department. You
number of
heard that they
times
saw a
and
man
where
with a
it's
gun that was reported there. 4 officers fired a weapon when he made a threatening move toward them. He has non-life-threatening injuries. We'll have more information from a reporter on the scene throughout the day.